Read a smile behind my mask. How long will it last? Stimulus going fast. Government won't act. How long will this be going? Right across from China Walls and the beautiful Waikiki Beach is Tiki's Bar and Grill at the Ashton Waikiki Beach Hotel. This is Skye with FNN, Feminist News Network, that Feminist News that's right for you. And what are we going to talk about today? We are going to interview the president of the NAACP Hawaii chapter, Alphonso Braggs. Now, we're going to have to edit up this tape the best we can, as seeing that we have recorded it within Tiki's Bar and Grill. But enjoy the interview and we'll discuss. Here with Alphonso Braggs, the president of the NAACP of Hawaii. Thanks for joining me today. I am grateful for that. Yes, so let's get right into the topics because there's a band that's ready to start soon. What is the plan for the NAACP for Hawaii this coming year?
So this year, coming out of COVID, we've already started some of our virtual events addressing environmental climate justice. We're also going to, near the latter part of the year, reactivate our voting initiatives. And also in the fall, we will be focusing on our youth. We are right now beginning to activate a youth division.
Youth is very important.
Extremely. We have to be prepared for the next generation of leaders. That is one of the responsibilities that we have as a social justice. And so we have a lot of very, very active young people involved in social justice here in Hawaii. So we're going to bring them together, organize as a youth chapter of the NAACP here, and support them and allow them to have an official service.
That is great.
Yes, yes. We're excited.
Awesome. Yeah, that's good. So, what about the census? How did that was real important for you?
For Hawaii, yes.
Yes.
So we see the results are starting to be distributed, and by the end of the year, we do expect all of the specific categories to be out. Probably the biggest outcome from the census is that Hawaii population grew. That means that there will be more dollars for Hawaii, and we really want to monitor and make sure that those dollars get into our most needed communities, and also that those dollars are properly represented by unrepresented categories, our marginalized members, our young people, our health services.
We didn't gain a senator or extra representative, did we?
No, we would never. So each state is limited to 2 senators. However, based on your population and the redistribution of the members of Congress, we could or lose or gain. And so based on our population change, we will remain at 2.
Because even though there was a great number of people that left in 2020, our population during the census came out to 1.4 million, right?
Roughly.
Yeah, okay.
I think there was close to 800,000 gain.
See, that's awesome. So, you know what this is telling us? If we're getting more people, we need the right type of representation that's going to help those people and represent those people for their district. So pay attention to that.
Absolutely. I think it's important for us to also note that we're becoming more and more diverse. And diversity is inclusive not only of race and gender, preference, and age. You know, we are expanding also our military populations and all of those categories that make us a melting pot of
religious
society.
Too.
Absolutely.
Religious too. Yeah. So that is real good. And Is the biggest challenge for Hawaii?
So I think our biggest challenge here in Hawaii is trying to, one, maintain an economic status, and that we will overcome the consequences that we felt from the pandemic. And that we will be able to make sure that all of our individuals, as we grow, that we're going to be able to provide housing, affordable housing is the key, that we will be able to provide goods and services. And with the COVID impact of a lot of our businesses, we need to make sure that our populations are not disparately impacted.
That's really good, because that is a concern for all of those that are in Hawaii.
Yeah, that's education.
Yeah.
Our children are back to be able to go to school, that, seniors are able to have a quality of life, and that our communities will return to some semblance of normality.
I'm going to ask a good question. What is going on in regards to the NAACP? I notice the media isn't asking your opinion, but I'm going to ask it in regards to the last two recent killings by police of the 16-year-old and of the 29-year-old man.
So we have issued statements on all of these. And so again, and we also met with the chief of police and in regards to these incidents.
And what's your official statement on this?
So in every situation, it's imperative that, one, there be transparency. Secondly, thorough investigations. And also, we need to take a very comprehensive look to see whether or not there is sufficient training, whether or not bias plays a role in any of these loss of lives. And also, leaders have to express a sense of empathy regardless of the situation when it involves the loss of a human life. There are certainly a lot of background information that I think is not yet out that will help people in the community have an informed decision about what happened and the reasons that led up to these incidents.
Now, why have they not contacted you for legal help, or what's going on with that in regards to the two gentlemen?
So first and foremost, individuals always are at the discretion of contacting who it is that they want for legal assistance. So the NAACP here in Hawaii, what we would do is refer them to a roster of attorneys, of civil rights attorneys, if they so desire. It is our clear understanding that they have already gotten attorneys and they would need that particular referral.
Oh, okay. And in regards to the pro bono, you said something important I'd like to catch.
So in Hawaii, unlike several other states, there isn't a list of attorneys that do a lot of volunteer legal assistance, pro bono work. And so most of the pro bono work that's done here in Hawaii is done with organizations like Legal Aid and others.
ACLU and such.
So with respect to that, the individuals who have situations, it's very, very difficult for them to afford attorneys here in Hawaii. And also another very compelling data point is that it is extremely expensive, and secondly, attorneys are not short on caseloads.
Right,
so if they have caseloads and they have people that can afford to pay, then there's nothing compelling for them to go out and just take on these indigent cases where people cannot afford or may not be able to afford.
Oh, well, That's a very good explanation. I appreciate it.
Well, virtual social justice.
Wow.
At the end of the day, pandemics don't stop criminals. It doesn't stop civil rights violations. It doesn't stop people from having needs and issues in our community that the NAACP addresses and that we are long known for. So we have found some means by which we can mitigate those virtually. It's about empowering people and therefore transforming the community.
Was your conference last year virtual?
Yes, and it will be virtual this year.
Now, when is your conference?
It's in July the 14th through the 20th.
Okay, so anybody that cares to join the NAACP, if you're a member throughout the U.S. or mainland, you can go. Remember, it's July.
It's in July. And it's on our website, www.naacp.org. And all of the events and activities are spread out over several days so that you don't have to worry about trying to take off. The hours are relatively convenient based on your location, so that unlike the others where everything will be happening at one time,
That's good.
The West Coast is more centered towards our hours and time zones in contrast to the East Coast.
Oh, and that's real good because they're even making the Essence Festival virtual this year. Yeah.
So a lot of things have figured out, a lot of entities have figured out how to make sure that we still provide to our members and our communities these goods and services, albeit in the form of social justice. And the most important aspect of that is educating our folks on resources and availabilities of things. And so I'm very happy. I think that a bunch of the hybrid things that we do will remain in post-pandemic. Because it is such an empowerment. We have a lot of seniors and young people who have become very, very engaged because of the access that they now have and the opportunity to let their voices and their contributions be recognized. And so that's an important element for us to definitely keep.
Right. I think that is a good element. Now, in regards to any of the BLM stuff that's going on the mainland, do you have any words on that? Any thoughts on what's going on with the Chauvin trial and the outcome?
So the NAACP has issued official statements on those, and those are anytime that someone is interested in the NAACP position on an issue, you can go to our website. Again, it's www.naacp.org, and you can get all of our statements and our press releases.
So who's the president of the NAACP right now?
Derek Johnson.
Derek Johnson.
Derek Johnson, he is an attorney.
Yeah, he's been there for a while, yeah?
No, just about a few years.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
He's doing an exceptional job.
Yeah, he has increased the membership. You
Yes,
find
we
with
have,
BLM out there, there's an increase in membership.
Yeah, so different organizations doing different things, and I think when we say BLM, we have to be very clear that we're talking about the organization or we are talking about the movement, which are two separate entities.
And it's
important. It's important that the community, when they hear, that they know which you are referring to, because the responses to the George Floyd killing and everything had to do with the movement. And there was a much warmer embracing of the movement, the concept, the belief that every human life has value, and that we need to be responsive to that.
Because there's dissension within the organization. So I take it that the BLM organization doesn't work with NAACP.
That's
like,
they're
that's their truly honor.
there are some shared concepts between us and the organization.
But not shared leadership or
Oh, no. And
organizing.
no organization would do, every organization is, as it should be, free and independent of another, okay? And that's the way every organization should be run. One organization shouldn't be able to tell another one, and that isn't the case here either. So we respect what their leadership and their mission, their goals, their objectives, and they, in turn, would respect ours.
Oh, okay.
No different than, National Action Network.
Yeah.
So everybody has their own.
Oh, okay.
So there are singular points within our communities that all of our entities come together and work together on in harmony, because we all believe in the value of human life. We believe in equality and justice for all. And so that's where we work together. I think that there are entities out there that would like to show us as being more divided, and that's what the focus is on. And I believe that the focus should really be on what is it that we do have in common. And I don't know an entity out there that does not believe in the worth of human life, in the right of individuals to have fair and equal treatment, that discrimination is wrong. I mean, we all believe in that, and we believe in justice and equality for every person as laid out in the Constitution.
You heard that from Alphonso Braggs, the president of the NAACP.
Thanks for being with us today. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank
you
you
so very much for doing this.
Yes.
And I want to say something too. I encourage independent individuals to get out and do what they're doing.
Thank you.
Because this is how, one, we show our commitment to getting the word out, to having an informed audience, and also not just saying that there are situations within our communities, but we're doing things about it. We're asking the questions, and those individuals who we serve at the will and pleasure of this community. And so it is the community's role to hold us accountable and ask us the questions. And some of those questions can be uncomfortable. However, when we agree to serve in a public situation, we agree to take those accountability, those uncomfortable moments. It is uncomfortable situations that has gotten us to this place of peace and prosperity. And so we need to do that. So thank you very much for having me today. It's been my honor. I look forward to another engagement.
Thank you. All right, so we have just had our interview with the president of the NAACP Hawaii chapter, Alphonso Braggs, giving honest and direct answers and letting us know what the NAACP is all about within Hawaii. And if you care to join, there's a conference coming up in July, virtual. Yeah, but we would enjoy you to join in or join the organization and become more active within your community. Because we have to remember, during this era of hate, you got to participate. So, my word for today is, when things are going on, you got to ask the questions so you can know how to help service the community better. All right. So remember, you can always contact me at FeministNewsN@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe to that YouTube channel and that Facebook page. And remember, I'm that Soulful Progress 1 on Twitter. Got that Rant of the Day on Blogger. And if you care to donate, I got that Venmo at Skye Soulful Progressive. Thank you in advance. Yes. So join that news crew and get along and do what you do. Yes. So remember, in this era of hate, you're going to have to participate, because if you don't, social justice will not happen like it should in this place. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Peace. See the smile behind my mask. How long will it last? Stimulus going fast, government won't act. How long will this be going on? I'm standing here in line, struggling with my time.